And now, the Break It Down Show with John and Pete.
U2 is coming to Dreamforce.
Coming to Dreamforce.
And we want to get them.
At Mountain View Studio.
Yeah.
Right? Have them come on over.
I mean, we discussed, of course, if they say, yeah, here's where you show up, here's where we'll be, of course we'll show up. But can you imagine that ding dong, and you open a door and here comes U2 walking in the house? That would be something else.
Yeah.
I have watched recently, you sent me a link. Bono did a TED Talk on eradicating poverty. And how by the year 2028, I think it was, or 2030, at the rate that we are combating poverty now, there was a benchmark of people who live in the most extreme poverty, which is that they're living on the equivalent of $1 a day, or $1.38 or something. Yeah. And that by the year 2038, we actually, with the current trajectory, would get down to zero. Zero families living on something less than $1.38 a day in the world. And that's pretty freaking amazing.
It is pretty freaking amazing. Because that's an impossible problem to solve.
It is absolutely impossible to solve, and it's a problem that we've had since there's been humanity.
Right.
And we have raised the standard of living for human beings quite a bit in certain areas. But if we're able to raise the standard of living for human beings across the world so that we effectively eradicate extreme poverty.
Yeah.
That's really, I mean, I don't even know how to describe that. You are affecting humanity in a way that really just transcends whatever it is you did before that. I mean, they're the biggest band in the universe.
This, to me, is what makes them...
And suddenly that becomes a, well, so what?
Yeah, to me, this is why they're the best band ever. They have the ability to make great music. We've talked about that. They're clearly the band that's had the longest run. I mean, they still put out relevant music.
And it extends beyond the music. Just the level of entertainment that they deliver and the quality of multimedia experience. And because it's more than the music.
Their shows, nobody puts on a better show. You could put on a show comparable to that, but nobody puts more thought and effort and artistry in the show. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So these are all things they do at the very highest level. And then there's trillions of dollars of difference making in the world towards the people that have the least.
Yep.
Debt forgiveness, reducing poverty, all the antiretroviral stuff that they do for AIDS. That is what puts them over the top. They take their celebrity. I did a search the other day, and I thought, who are the most philanthropic people in the world? Like Bill Gates, trying to get rid of malaria, making laser beams that are going to kill mosquitoes. Okay, who else? I mean, you have to say Bono at some point in this immediate list.
Yeah, he's on the short list. He's in the conversation wherever it is he
Warren
lies.
Buffett trying to get billionaires to donate 99% of their fortunes when they're done.
Yeah.
You know, like these are the biggest names and all of that stuff. And then I thought, who in the world, who are the key world leaders during Bono's time, U2's time of doing these things? And then I put in a search to see, like, Bono and the Pope.
Yep.
Check.
Nelson Mandela. Check.
Is there a bigger person than Nelson Mandela? I mean, as far as doing things for humanity, there's nobody bigger. Chinese leaders, Canadian leaders, U.S. leaders, obviously European leaders. You know, there's a picture with him, that person, and Bono.
There isn't a border.
Right.
When Bono's walking in your direction.
Yeah.
And if there was still a Berlin Wall, he would have taken it down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they actually were on the last flight into East Germany. They had the sky all to themselves before they went to go record Achtung Baby.
Wow.
So they did an extra lap around everything in Berlin. So they kind of were there when the wall came down.
That's amazing.
When Bono shows up, it goes beyond all those borders like you talked about. He went and talked to Jesse Helms. He's got no business convincing Jesse Helms to do anything. And even Edge approached him and said, you can't talk to Jesse Helms. He cut all that money for the arts. He cut it out. And Bono said, I don't care about that. appeal to his Christian nature and say, how can we do nothing? How can we not do more for all these people that need all this aid, all this help? And not just bullshit aid where everybody else is getting rich and the African guy's left with nothing, but actual on the ground, poverty reducing help.
Life-changing things for people.
Yeah. And then he got Jesse Helms to go, that's a great idea. You know, and the next thing you know, George Bush is eliminating billions of dollars of debt. That was absolutely crippling all these African nations, where they just servicing the debt, they were getting nowhere.
Yeah, that's outstanding. So, guys, and by guys I mean you two.
Yeah. This
is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you want to come on the show and have us wash your balls, we'll wash your balls all day about the, such great music, and we grew up listening to the, you've had that a zillion times. We want to appreciate you for the way you're changing the world. We want to appreciate you for the eyes that you open up with your artistic endeavors, not only for entertaining us so well, but for broadening our horizons and making us think of people in places where most of us wouldn't normally think.
Yeah. When you guys come on, we'll ask you questions that you've not been asked by anybody else.
That's true.
Because we want to get to know you guys from a different angle. We'll have different stories to tell. It'll be a unique show.
Absolutely.
And if you come over to Mountain View Studios, a.k.a. John's house, we'll cook food for you.
We will. I know you've never had shrimp patties. I'm making shrimp patties.
Make them some Kelaguen.
Oh, yeah. You'll for sure get some Kelaguen. Come on, guys, and you two. You're all zillionaires, and you've never had Kelaguen. So, come get some Kelaguen.
There you go.